cool, I have to say. I just recorded probably a pretty long video, and I didn't even have it. I hadn't even hit record. Record. Technology. Isn't it great? I mean, the fact that I can even just do this right now. Hi, my name is Renee. This is Stretching the Spirit. If you look, you may see that I'm sitting on the ground. I'm sitting on the ground. And that right there is how I would say is the best way to start. You start where you began, which is on the ground. Now you've come a long way, baby. Now you can stand, but sitting on the ground is a different vibe, right? We were here when we became alive. This sitting pose was rather tricky to get into. I mean, I even look like I'm wearing a jumper. Hold on, I'm gonna get my ball. My name's Renee. We're gonna stretch it if you'd like to. And if you have a ball, get down and crawl. So, this is the perfect color for the discussion today. You will see me, a 55-year-old woman, doing my thing, being. Because if the question is to be or not to be, I want it to be. I want it to be for sure. So you get to see my to be that has been accumulated over my 55 years. Now, I don't want to give you so much of that. Here we go. Aquarius, welcome. You may have heard there's a dawning of the age of Aquarius. And if you're wondering what all the fuss is about, that might be it. Yeah, the fuss is about. You know, it's since 2000. Congratulations if you're watching this. Either you were here before 2000 or you're the beginnings of 2000. I got pregnant in the year 2000. I had my first child in the year 2001. My second child in the year 2003. Big stuff. Yeah, think of what you've done since the 2000s. What else? Oh, we went through foreclosure and bankruptcy. That was intense. I separated from my husband. He's my husband. Fantastic human being. You know, I see him being over there. I see him being, but you know, I'm just so inspired because I always see so much potential in people. You know, it's interesting because a lot of people, you know, just don't really like themselves. You know, self-love is, you know, something people talk about, but how committed are you to you? You know, how committed are you to loving yourself? Because when that happens, you're probably going to be alone. But you know, when you do that, you know, if you're alone, you're like, well, great, now I have time to get to know myself. You know, and that's what when 2020 hit, hindsight. Isn't that beautiful? You know, it's, because you had that more, you're not leaving the house, you know, world. You know, you were actually forced just to stay inside. Now, everybody did their own thing, but mostly there was complying, you know. And through that through that portal as the corona shone so bright. We got dumps of intel, and it still continues. We've had 4 leap years, 2004, 2008. Well, we've had more than 4 leap years, every 4 years. So this is our sixth leap year. Something like that. You see how I'm playing with this ball? I know, don't my arms look good? I know. I was blessed with these arms. Everyone's blessed with their arms. I mean, seriously. These are mine. I like them. I hope you like your arms. And if you don't, maybe it's because you just don't play with it. You know? Woo. So yeah, lots of leaps and bounds, and into the 2000s, and this is our third 8 of the 2000s. So 888, 2008, 2016, 2024. Big moves were made on the board. I hope you can see that. And this board and these, we got this red and this blue. Like, that's it, everybody. That's it. It's red and blue. What do you do with that? And people are so camped up, you know. They bond with these colors. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. That's a necessary understanding, you know. Because you're right and they're wrong. And that means you have worth. I used to be really into it. Since 2000, I've been really into the politics, tick, you know. It kind of feels like that. But you know, I bounced out in 2020. I was starting to choose self-love, and knowing when I would dishonor myself. To do that, I pulled out of the daily Bacchus ritual, you know. I wanted to understand me on a deeper level. So first I started compassionating myself, you know. I really needed to rebuild my foundation. And then being so on this one side wasn't going to do it. How was I going to balance if I was leaning so far to the left? This is good for compression and a nice scalp massage. Yeah. Oh man, still a little crown bounce. But I see the necessity of these pillars to be there, these colors, because without the other, you can see the opposite. You know, the best advice I can give is, if you think of the red and the blue, and you put them together, you have purple. So how would you mix those two colors together? You'd have to think of where you are unbalanced and see where that other part of you, how they would consider that worthy of their belief. And then it would go back and forth until it narrows out into a point, and you get the purple. You get the point of why these two parties lead the way they do, and why the dilation that we currently see on the screen, the television, has to be so loud. It's showing you something. It's information. It's deception. To be or not to be, to see or not to see, to sieve or not to sieve. Imagine sand. And you sieve and you shake it out, and you see what's left to be whole. Take some shaking, take some digging. But it shows you something about yourself. And if you want to know what God wants you to know yourself. Because you are that poor, the embodiment of your commission with Him. Gaia is here for this game. This is the board. Gaia, ya, 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 ya. Gaia, ya, 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 ya. Gaia, ya, 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 ya. Gaia. So get a bow on your head. Arch your back. See what you got. You can do this on a chair, of course. If this looks like, oh gosh, she's just doing so much here. Yeah. Because my body is channeling a lot of codecs. There's a lot of code I plugged directly in. I'm a big fan of that Ra, Sun, Sispin Ba. I cheer for Ra. I'm a cheer Ra leader. You can join me. You have one as well. It is always within your midst. You can find that's connection. Cast a shadow. Cast a shadow. Cast a shadow for yourself. Alright? Do what you can do. We got the color purple here. Wow, there's that whole book. Yeah. And there aren't any flags with purple in them. Alright. That's for you to make. Alright, namaste. Alright, happy September 5th, wherever you are. I love that we all share these days together. Alright, namaste.